Hello, wonderful parents and caregivers, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that's incredibly important but often flies under the radar: secure attachment. Having a secure bond with your child is the foundation for their emotional well-being, confidence, and future relationships. But sometimes, the signs that this bond might be a little shaky aren't obvious. They're not always big, dramatic moments. Instead, they can be subtle, everyday behaviors that are easy to miss. In this video, we're going to uncover 7 of these subtle signs that might suggest your child is struggling with secure attachment. My goal isn't to make you worry, but to empower you with knowledge. Recognizing these signs early is the first step toward strengthening that beautiful connection with your child. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's explore this together. The first subtle sign is a consistent lack of eye contact. Now, of course, all kids get distracted. They might look away when they're shy or focused on a toy, but we're talking about a persistent pattern. A securely attached child naturally seeks out their parents' gaze for reassurance, to share a moment of joy, or to check in. It's a nonverbal "Are we okay? Am I safe?" If you notice your child frequently avoids your eyes, especially during moments of connection like feeding, playing, or even during discipline, it could be a sign they're feeling disconnected or uncertain about your availability. They might have learned that seeking that connection doesn't always result in a warm, responsive reply, so they stop trying. It's a tiny defense mechanism, a way of protecting their heart from potential disappointment. Next up, sign number 2: superficial affection or a lack of physical closeness. This one can be tricky. Some kids are naturally less cuddly than others, and that's perfectly fine. But what we're looking for here is a child who seems almost indifferent to physical comfort. They might give you a quick, stiff hug because they know it's expected, but they don't melt into you. They do spontaneously crawl into your lap for a snuggle or seek you out for comfort when they're a little bit hurt or sad. On the flip side, some children might be overly and indiscriminately affectionate with strangers, offering hugs to anyone they meet. This can seem sweet, but it can also indicate that they haven't learned to differentiate the special, safe comfort of a primary caregiver from the attention of others. They're seeking connection, but they're casting a wide, superficial net because that deep, secure anchor isn't firmly in place. Moving on to our third sign: difficulty with emotional regulation, especially with minor frustrations. Every child has tantrums and meltdowns. It's a normal part of development. However, a child who lacks a secure attachment base might have a much harder time recovering from these emotional storms. A small disappointment, like a cookie breaking or a toy not working, can trigger an intense, inconsolable meltdown. More importantly, they may resist your attempts to soothe them. Instead of letting you comfort them, they might push you away, arch their back, or refuse to be held. This isn't them being naughty. It's a sign that they have not yet learned that you are a reliable source of comfort who can help them manage their big, overwhelming feelings. For them, being upset feels like being completely alone in a scary storm, and they don't know how to let you be their lighthouse. The fourth subtle sign is a lack of checking in behavior. Picture this: you're at the park. A securely attached child will typically use you as a home base. They'll run off to play, but they'll periodically glance back to make sure you're still there. They might come back for a quick touch or a word of encouragement before venturing out again. This behavior shows they trust you're watching over them, which gives them the confidence to explore their world. A child who may not have this secure base might show two extremes. They might be overly clingy, refusing to leave your side at all, terrified to explore. Or they might seem completely independent, wandering off without a single look back, not noticing or caring if you're nearby. This pseudo-independence isn't true confidence. It's often a sign that the child has given up on expecting you to be a reliable anchor, so they just go it alone. Sign number 5 is a limited range of expressed emotions. Secure attachment gives children the safety to feel and express the full spectrum of their feelings: joy, anger, sadness, fear, knowing they'll be accepted and supported. A child who feels insecure might seem emotionally flat. They may not show much excitement or joy, and they might suppress feelings of sadness or anger. They've learned, perhaps unconsciously, that showing big emotions might push their caregiver away or be met with a negative response. So they keep their feelings tucked away inside. You might describe them as an easy or unfussy baby or a very well-behaved child. But this quiet compliance can sometimes mask an inner world that feels unsafe to share. It's crucial to create an environment where all feelings are okay, even the messy ones. Let's talk about the sixth sign: difficulty with transitions and a need for excessive control. Transitions are hard for many kids, but for a child with an insecure attachment, they can feel moving from playtime to dinner time or from home to school can trigger major anxiety. Why? Because their world feels unpredictable. Since they can't fully rely on their caregiver for consistent emotional support, they try to control their environment instead. This might look like insisting on wearing the same clothes every day, eating only specific foods, or having their toys arranged in a very particular way. It's their attempt to create order and predictability in a world that feels emotionally chaotic. This isn't a power struggle. It's a coping mechanism for anxiety. They're trying to build a stable structure on the outside because they lack it on the inside. Finally, our seventh subtle sign is how they react to reunions. The reunion is a golden moment for observing attachment. When you pick your child up from daycare or walk in the door after work, how do they react? A securely attached child will usually light up. They'll be happy to see you, seek a hug, and want to connect. A child with insecure attachment might react in a few different ways. They might completely ignore you, acting as if you weren't even gone. This isn't because they don't care. It's a way of punishing you for leaving and protecting themselves from the vulnerability of showing they missed you. Alternatively, they might be incredibly ambivalent, clinging to you one second and then angrily pushing you away the next. This come here, go away dance is a classic sign of confusion and distress about the reliability of your connection. So, there you have its 7 subtle signs. Remember, seeing one of these signs occasionally doesn't mean there's a problem. We're looking for consistent patterns. If any of this resonated with you, please don't panic or feel guilty. Attachment is a dynamic, living thing, and it can always be strengthened. The fact that you're watching this shows how much you care, and that is the most important ingredient. You can start by practicing mindful presence, putting your phone down and giving your child your full undivided attention, even for just 15 minutes a day. Focus on responding to their emotional bids, whether it's a cry, a laugh, or a simple look. Validate their feelings by saying things like, "I see you're so frustrated that the tower fell down." These small, consistent actions build a powerful bridge of trust and security. Parenting is a journey, not a destination, and building a secure attachment is an ongoing process of connection, rupture, and repair. You are enough, and you are exactly the parent your child needs. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more content on conscious parenting and child development. I'd love to hear your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.